how to have a healthy obsession with your twin flame, or for them to have a healthy obsession with you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Twin Flames Universe, where you will discover twin flames, eternal love, and spirituality. I am Kanisha, a twin flame ascension coach, and today's subject and topic is going to be on how to have a healthy obsession with your twin flame, or for them to have a healthy obsession with you. And I'm going to share with you some of the tips that I am implemented into my relationship to where I have a thriving, loving union with my twin flame, and we are enjoying each other's time and company every time we're around each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and jump into this video. So there are a few tips that I'm going to share with you, and I found that these are really helpful in my union, and the more that I consist in doing these within my union, the more my union blossoms, and we both have a naturally healthy obsession with each other. Now, the word obsession can really trigger some people sometimes due to having a negative belief or a negative understanding of the word. The definition of healthy obsession is having a commitment and a healthy state of mind and a healthy way of approaching something. When you are really working from a place of unconditional love and compassion, you will find that this will be easy. So the first thing that I really started to implement in my life was starting to have a healthy obsession with going to God about everything and anything. I was really choosing to pursue my relationship with God, my creator, and recognizing that God is my source in everything, my source of love, my source of abundance, my source of finances, my source of clients, whatever it was. I had to go to God for those things. Before really doing that, my obsession was looking outside of myself for love. And every time that I would look outside of myself for love, I had always felt empty, or it'd come up short, or it felt like everyone else would not give me the love that I would give to them. And so I always felt like I was in a state of lack or scarcity. So when I really started seeking all of these things that I desired from my divine counterpart and from my family and friends, and started seeking it from God, I found that those things naturally came to me in a very healthy way, and not in a way of manipulating or trying to make something happen in order for it to work out in my favor. And so I started building a healthy and obsessive relationship with God. And when I mean obsessive, I meant like I was going to God for everything, every little thing. And that's how my life is now, is I go to God for everything. And when I was able to start giving myself the love that I desired, I started to imagine giving myself the abundance that I desired, and then giving those things to God and surrendering it to Him. Those things started to unfold very quickly. And so I no longer needed to look for anything outside of myself, because I came to the realization that I was whole and complete on my own. So this leads to number 2. My second thing that I did was I became healthy obsessive with becoming the best version of myself. And this had to really be a life change for me. It had to be a way of life. And it was really me choosing to prioritize myself and to really pursue my dreams and goals that I desired for myself. So I started really focusing on my body. I started focusing on working out 30 minutes a day and really being able to take care of my temple. I was really focused on releasing procrastination and releasing just things that no longer served me, that were keeping me from really reaching my goals and my desires. I also started focusing on what I was consuming. So that meant that I had to turn back the notch a little bit on social media, because I found that social media really did put, at times, negative thought process about love or about relationships in my mind, because one of the things that I had to really let go of was addressing relationships the way the world addresses them, instead of addressing them the way that God addresses them. And so when I really started honoring those things within myself, I really started to feel a shift within myself, and that naturally attracted my twin flame. And so I really started to feel really good within myself. I started to get better sleep. I started to not need as much caffeine throughout the day. I started to feel very inspired to create. I felt very inspired to grow my businesses and to spend more time with friends and family. I was really just feeling really good in my body and within my mind, and felt great about pursuing myself instead of comparing myself or saying negative things to myself. And so when I became obsessive with talking to myself in such a loving way, in a compassionate way, in an inspiring way, I found that not only did that attract my twin flame and have that reflected back to me, but that actually started to be reflected back to me by all people in my life, especially my children. This was a really loving thing to see shift in my life, was instead of putting my obsession on things outside of myself, I put it on myself. It wasn't in a selfish way. It was more in a selfless way, because I knew that if I could become the best version of myself, that that was going to be very loving for those who were around me and those that I pour into. And so instead of obsessing about anything else, I chose to obsess about myself and my relationship with God. The third thing I did was I got really clear on where my energy was going and what I actually was obsessing over in a negative way. And so this could be where you're worrying about things, where you're trying to control, where you're trying to manipulate things to work out in your favor, where you're trying to maybe post things to get your twin flames attention and hoping that they will reach out to you and want to talk to you. I had to really start looking at these places where I was negatively obsessing over things that I really could not control, because what ends up happening is that you leak all of your energy into that space and then you leave nothing for yourself. And so when you genuinely look at these places where you are either obsessing looking at their social media or looking at your phone every 5 seconds to see if they've texted you, or looking at just different things in your social media to confirm, whether it's tarot card readings or different TikToks to confirm that this is your twin flame. When you really redirect that energy into a healthy space of loving yourself and loving life, you will find that that energy shifts very, very quickly. And you will allow yourself to start receiving and calling in what's truly in alignment with you. With all of these things that you are healing and choosing to implement in your life, you will start to see that your twin flame will start to have a healthy obsession with you. And one of the things that I had to heal and truly embody and embrace was that my twin flame adored me and desired me as much as I adored and desired him. In previous relationships, I always believed that I loved my partners more than they loved me. And so that's kind of what I experienced because it was my belief. But when I really truly believed that my true twin flame loved me and adored me above anyone else and equally had the same feelings for me as I had for him, my true twin flame revealed those things to me. And he started opening up and sharing with me that he was actually very scared at times because of how vulnerable he felt due to how deeply he felt about me. And I felt really relieved to know that my true twin flame feels exactly the same way that I do. So when you truly can embody that belief and that knowing, you will see that you both actually have equal feelings for each other. Like there's an equal healthy obsession towards each other. And what you also see is that you guys will start to truly inspire each other to be the best versions of yourselves, to really show up as your most authentic selves. You will find that you will love being around each other. You will love spending time in each other's presence all the time because it's natural for each other, for yourselves to be in that space with one another. And so I invite you to really look at these places that I pointed out for you. And if you need more support, definitely check out twinflamesuniverse.com. You will find ascension coaches there who are willing to help you work through all of these blocks and upsets. And know that it is very healthy to have a healthy obsession with your twin flame, because that should be natural. That should be natural to be in love with the person that is created for you, and for them to be so in love with you, for you to be their favorite person and for them to be yours. That is a very natural thing. But I think due to what society has said about love and relationships, that just the word obsession can feel heavy and it can feel like a negative thing, but really it is a positive thing. Think about if you became obsessed with just taking care of yourself on every level, imagine how much your life would change in such a short period of time. And so give yourself permission to fall in love with yourself and to truly allow yourself to fall in love with your divine counterpart and allow yourself to really embrace your true love story with your twin flame. I know this will be helpful for you guys. I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for joining me. You take care.